welcome back to another episode of Build to 100 series. By the time we record this video, we are almost a week removed from running the Bighorn 100. And a quick update on how the body's feeling. The body's feeling great. The body's feeling good. I'm actually going to start my first run in tomorrow. Well, overall, I've been doing a lot of climbing. We are currently in Boulder, Colorado right now with the family, just a little mini getaway with the family. And selfishly, I'm here just to get some mileage and run in also. Because where I'm from, where I live, which is St. Louis, we don't have access to a lot of mountain, but when the opportunity came just to travel, I'm going to take on that opportunity. So yesterday went on a 2-mile hike with the family, which is great. I'll get some elevation in there, nothing really crazy. And we came back here and I'm doing some work here while the family's out. One of the big points I want to share with you guys is I've been thinking a lot about this YouTube channel. How do I want to stand out? How do I want to portray myself to you guys? At the end of the day, yes, I do love making content, but at the same time, I want to make the content for you. So what kind of value do I want to create here to be able to serve you? So one thing I watch, if you watch on my YouTube history, a lot of videos that I watch are content creators, video editing, just because that's my interest. I love photography, I love video, I love editing. I love all that understanding the creativity behind a lot of things. And I was watching this video.
Those dreams and needs. The better I understand my audience, the better I'm gonna be able to create ideas and scripts for them to really resonate with my content. So really take the time to identify who are you creating content for, because at the end of the day, there is someone on the other side of the screen watching the videos that you are creating. And they are giving up their most precious resource, which is time, which we all have an equal amount of to watch your videos. So you want to make sure the videos you're creating provide value.
That video propels me to kind of just want to, have this discussion real quick with you guys before we jump into the core of this video. Is one, are you getting value from this video? If you're watching this video for the first time, welcome. If you've been following this channel for a while, and of course we're trying to grow it, but are you watching this video and what kind of value are you getting from this channel? From my point of view, the kind of value that I think makes me stand out, one, is because I am not the same. I am not like a lot of these Fitspo that are out there. Nothing against them, that I am not a full-time Fitspo. This is not my full-time job. I'm not a YouTube creator for full-time. I work a 9-to-5 job like a lot of you guys. I have a family like a lot of you guys. I have kids just like a lot of you guys. I am a coach. Maybe not like a lot of you guys, but I coach people full-time also. So I do all these things, and at the same time, simultaneously, I am working towards being the best version of myself. And the best way that I know how to do that is by challenging myself. And a lot of times, a lot of us want to do a lot of incredible things. You have fitness goals, life goals, business goals. That seems impossible. But I think one thing that have helped me over the years is that I do believe I'm capable of so much more. One of the biggest ways that I've arrived at that conclusion is because I've gone through a lot of hard shit. I've put myself out there to do things that I didn't even think I was capable of. And the closer I'm getting, or the more I'm having breakthrough in all this feats and the challenges, the more confident I am into believing that I can achieve whatever I put myself into. I do not want to be one of those guys to yell at you and tell you, you should be motivated and get up and do things. But I believe action speaks louder than words. And the best way for me to show my action is to show you guys and carry you through some of the challenges that I am working through. And one of those challenges is running my first 100 miles, because it's something I don't even know how I'm going to accomplish that. But I'm not focusing on that. I'm focusing on the day-to-day, the process that goes into being able to be in a position to achieve something like that. And by watching this, not to say I want to encourage you to go run or start running too, but just to let you know that no, everybody that achieves something did not achieve that on the first try. Try for the first time, they failed. They went back to the drawing board, reassess, and try until they became successful. Follow along this journey. If you're a man out there, you're a dad, you have challenges, your fitness challenges, life challenges. Hopefully I can encourage you that no, you can look at somebody like me and have the encouragement, like if Sam is doing it, I can do it too. So that is a quality that I want you to get from this video. If you find this channel for the first time and you feel that if you're encouraged by what I just mentioned, tap that subscribe button and click the like button so we can help the algorithm. And not just stay tuned, also subscribe to the channel, comment below and let me know what are some of the challenges or some things that you hope that I can encourage you with on this video, that can show you, that can help you to be the best version of yourself. So in today's video, what I want to do is, again, we are still training for the 100-mile race. We are in Colorado. Here I got some running miles that I got to do, and kind of just break down what my strategy and plan is, or what my strategy and plan is. And one of the key messages, one of the key messages that I learned from just watching other people crush their 100 that I can apply to my 100 coming up in a couple of weeks. So first, let's get some meals in.
Oh man, oh.
All right, so the first meal that we are having is going to be 4 whole eggs and 2 egg whites and 1 blueberry bagel here. And we have a nice little mashup of bananas and strawberries. And normally I'm somebody that doesn't really eat a lot of whole eggs, but now I'm, just to get a lot of calories in, some healthy fats, I'm experimenting with that to see how my body responds to that. So this is the first meal of the day. I'm going to wolf that down. I just finished the run, 8-mile run in 1 hour, 27 minutes at a pace of 10:54 pace. We had to adjust pace a little bit, but I am happy with that performance. I'm happy with that mileage. But yeah, so that is the first run back in the swing of things as we are, that's the time to record this video. Like I said, we are less than 5 weeks out from running the big one. Actually, this time in 5 weeks or so, I'll be herding through a 100-mile race. Also, something I want to mention is I busted out the New Balance trail version. This is the New Balance Fresh Foam X More V4s, actually V3 for the trail versions, and I plan on using originally planned on using this for the Bighorn 100 and switch the shoes out because I ran in the Brooks Caldera just because it's a little more rocky terrain, and mud also was definitely the right shoe for that type of terrain. But I plan on wearing this in the back half because it gives a little more support, a little more cushion, easy ride for a bigger guy like me, but I never got the chance to use it. But I'm glad to add this back in the mix. It feels great on my feet. I mean, the comfort alone is next to good. So if you're on the market for any New Balance shoes, outfit, shorts, tank top, anything that you need a New Balance, check out my New Balance store because I was happy. I mean, like, if you don't know, I did a collab. I'm doing a collab with New Balance. So if you are interested, I'll put the link in the description for you guys to snag 30% off any of your New Balance apparel or shoes that you might be in the market for. That's the run for today, and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the day with the family, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me. Coffee Secure. Currently Fort Collins exploring what Fort Collins has to offer. That's some of these awesome murals in the back. But yeah, lovely day. 8-mile run. Getting after an awesome day.
Grab the key, yeah we gone. Life good. What you need more than God. Can't pretend I'm rocking with you even if you on. Can't pretend I'm rocking if you. Life's so good, woke up in a panic, thought I saw myself up on TV till I got static, but I told
myself. Back from festivities with the family, and I just want to sit down real quick and do the video. Again, I'm still at the Airbnb right now with the family, and so in case you might be hearing some stuff in the background, it's my kids running around. But I strongly believe after you do any sort of task, maybe it's just my prior service in the military, the ways that we do things in terms of like mission readiness and things like that, we typically do something called after action report. And if you follow this channel for a while, anytime I do any sort of like feed or challenge or show, I like to do after action report. And I think it's also important just to carry you guys along. You guys might have the opportunity to learn something. I have my phone on here because again I took a bunch of notes from the Bighorn, again because I have my 100-mile race coming up pretty soon too. So throughout this after action report, hopefully you can learn a thing or two in case you want to run in the future. If you don't, even though you care about running, because we are going to talk about nutrition and training, you might be able to learn something also. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So the way I categorize this is I put it in a check mark, what worked and what didn't work, right? So the running, and I'm going to break it down to 2 categories: the running gear and nutrition, because that's the 2 main important part there. And maybe like a sub, text is just like the training, so to speak. So the first thing I want to talk about is the shoe, the running gear. So the Brooks Caldera. The trail shoe was the shoe that I ran with, and the reason why I ran with that shoe is just because it's very sturdy when it comes to mud, because Bighorn is very muddy, and I'm not sure if my New Balance Fresh Foam X More V4 will be able to handle that, especially like in a muddy condition. But that shoe was solid in terms of the grip. I was looking forward to switching the shoe out mile 50 or mile 66 just to finish, to get my 50 miles done. But unfortunately, we're not able to do that. But the Brooks Caldera was awesome. So if you are interested in, if you are doing any sort of like muddy terrain and like that, that's an opportunity for you to get in touch with that kind of pair of shoes. Also talking about the other part of the running gear is the soft sock. In case you don't know, one of the biggest instances where you might get a lot of blisters. So blisters are unfortunate sometimes, but you can prevent it. And I think that starts with wearing the right pair of socks. And soft socks is something that I've been wearing for the past. I wore that for my first 50 miler, and that was clutch. And the reason why the soft sock is better than other socks I believe out there is just because oftentimes when we wear socks shift in between your feet, and that's what causes a lot of friction over time, and that to be will lead to blisters. So that also, and I had anti-blister cream that I applied abundantly on my feet before for the run, and that helped. Again, I ran 38 miles without a single blister on my feet, and I think that's definitely one of the biggest impacts of that. Nike Trail half tights, no issues there. Again, oftentimes, I typically run with shorts, but I've been running half tights, and I just copy Nike Trail half tight when I was in Chicago a couple of weeks ago, and I have been loving the half tight. Tons of pockets in there. I thought it was going to be chafing a little bit. I didn't have any chafing. I did apply some chafing cream, of course, just once, and I didn't have any chafing, not a single chafing. So the Nike Trail half tight was solid. The Solomon Skin 12 pack clutch. I was using the Nathan pack. I just felt the Nathan didn't have a lot of room to hold a lot of stuff. Maybe for 50 mile or 100 mile, a lot of gear, a lot of tools, food, a bunch of utilities that you're going to need on a 100-mile race. That was definitely clutch there. What did not work when it comes to the gear is the Garmin Epic 6. I'm wearing the Garmin watch right now. I'm just gonna see that. Let's see. Yep. So I'm wearing the Garmin watch right now, and that did not. I only had to maybe charge about 76%, and for a 60-mile run, maybe had like 5% battery left. For 16-hour run, navigation on, turn off all notification, dim the lights and all that stuff. But still, I think I had like 5% left after the 60-mile run, and I'm planning to do 100 miles. So that's definitely for sure that's not going to work out for me. So I'm actually thinking about switching to the Chorus brand, because again, I've heard nothing about the Chorus Pace 3 or 2, or maybe the Vertex. There are some Garmin that maybe last a little bit longer. I think the Phoenix 7X, I believe, where Andy Glaze mentioned. I asked Andy Glaze what kind of watch does he use, and he recommended that. But I think I'm ready to kind of just give the Chorus, brand a try. And again, I've heard nothing but positive from there. And again, it's also cost efficiency too. If I were to go and buy another Garmin Phoenix 7X series, that would cost me another $700. And the Pace 3 is, I think, Pace 2 or Pace 3 is like $299, something like that. And with some of the discounts there, I can get access to from people that are sponsored by Chorus. So that is all the gear. All the gear that works. Obviously, the trekking pole, it's a must. I saw some people running on the course without a trekking pole. I'm like, are you insane? You're out of your mind. But as a bigger guy, I need trekking pole, because it just gives so much leverage that I'm looking forward to. Just on nutrition, one of the main goals for the Bighorn that I did, Bighorn, is just to test out nutrition for my 100, and my goal is to just everything that was on the course, just to see, okay, just in case if I run out of food, can I rely on the food that's on course? And based on that, am I going to have any issue in terms of digestion or stomach issues? So far, so good. Hydration was good. I went to the bathroom maybe once, so nothing. I didn't feel any stomach like issue, like indigestions or anything like that. Everything was solid. My pre-race hydration, loading with creatine a couple of days out, 2 gallons of water, 6 scoops of switchback electrolytes, which had 1,000 milligrams of sodium in it, 600 to 700 grams of carbs 2 to 3 days before, prior to the race. I put a note on here to eating every food without any stomach issue was clutch. And the only thing I have in here, which is like a asterisk maybe, is not having enough gels to consume during the race, and that's just because I gave most of my gel to Brock. Brock is the co-owner of Switchback, because he forgot his Martin gel at home, but I had enough to even, I had maybe 6 or so that I'm planning to use it every hour. The 160 Morton gel that I plan to use every hour, but I didn't have enough of that. So, but overall, everything that I tried, that's one of those are some of the biggest lessons that I learned. And I think from a psychological standpoint, which is very important also to mention, just witnessing people like, Jeremy Miller, Brock, a few other people just out there. I think most of it, I know this already, but I think it just reaffirms going through this experience that, it's more mental than physical. And I think your mind is very powerful, but if you put yourself in a position to let your, mind take over, let your body take over, instead of your mind kind of taking over, then you are you setting yourself a failure. And again, one of the biggest separators from people that finish and people that fail, oftentimes just because lack of two things. One, if you bunk, it's because you didn't fuel properly. And if fueling properly starts with overdoing your fuel, even though it's going to make you feel sick, eat when you feel like you're going to be, eat even though you feel like you're going to be sick, because again, that allows you to have enough calories in you that's going to prevent you from bunking out. And two, then obviously it's just a psychological aspect of things too. If you are psychologically defeated because it's a long day, it's not going to help. And some parts of that psychology of running or working through pain is truly understanding that the pain doesn't really last long. It's temporary. Like it's going to be, and it's going to end. Another piece, a big piece, I think again, it's separated between people that finished ultramarathon races and people that quit during the ultramarathon race. It's really because people that overcome or finish ultramarathon races because they were able to segment the ultramarathon race into every hour or every couple of miles or every aid station. They were able to focus on just that small portion instead of looking at it from a big, massive chunk. Like, wow, I have to do 100 miles, man. Sorry, it's my girl's in the background. That life, but I mean, yeah. If you are able to segment your race down to small bite size, you are going to be enough to efficiently finish the race. Because if you start thinking way too ahead, I have 100 miles to go, I have 80 miles to go, 60 miles to go, 70 miles to go, you are mentally going to put yourself in a position where you are going to get drained. So those are the key points that I learned from the Bighorn 100. Hopefully that will give you some insight into what I have coming up in the future for my 100-mile race. Or if you have any sort of big race and you're looking for some sort of help, or especially with the Bighorn, for instance, hopefully this serves some sort of feedback and give some value into this run. Again, the reason why I'm doing this video is to bring you guys along throughout the journey. My mindset, the state of mind. So when you see me actually go through this process, you're like, okay, it makes sense because Sam already talked about this. So that is the video for you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you do, again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in from the beginning. Again, we'll talk about trying to give you guys as much value as possible moving forward, because I want to bring you guys in to let you guys know I am not special. I'm just like you guys, and I'm just trying to put myself in the best position to keep challenging myself, because I believe I am capable of so much more, and I hope you are too. That is the video for you guys. If you like it, give this video a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button. Stay for a while, and I'll see you guys on the next one. How are we yelling? What? Scared of what?
And we hear a wolf.
You hear a wolf? So cute. Alrighty.